views, opinions, or comments expressed on this program does not reflect the views, opinions, or comments of the radio station or its management.
Ever heard a baby bellow at the top of its lungs in a public place, far from your best music track, right? For a more beautiful note, contact Nirvana Sounds for your studio and live recordings. We engineer sound to perfection according to your specifications. We ensure crisp and clear audio-video conversions and delight your function with sound, stage, and lights for hire. Our quotes are pleasurable to the ear. Contact us now on 083 945 7664. Nirvana Sounds, powered by Gospel World FM.
You are tuning into Sports Geek with Sponelo Ngobo, only on Nirvana World FM. Your beat, your music. Halala. It is Saturday, the 22nd of April, 2023. Oh, talking of today being the 22nd, that simply means those guys who get paid on the 25th of this month, they are just 3 days shy of that big day, of the payday, while some of us will be sitting in the Smolanyana corner twiddling our thumbs. Or guys, so those guys that will be getting paid in 3 days time from now, please, ningasvaleli ngaphandle. Or kanjani? That's how the cookie crumbles. That is life for you. South Africa's commercial wing, that is PSL, they snap the SAFA's Congress that is taking place in the East Rand. They did this on the 11th hour. However, SAFA went on and made a statement and said the Congress will continue without South Africa's football commercial wing, that is the PSL. Talking of trouble in paradise, it is now out there and it is official that SAFA and PSL, they definitely do not sing from the same hymn book. Is that good or bad for South African football? It goes without saying that that is definitely bad for South African football, because we definitely need PSL and SAFA to see and or sing from the same hymn book. But by the look of things, there is no love lost between two South African soccer bodies. In rugby, that we're talking Currie Cup, Yokeskei Derby is upon us once again. It gets underway this afternoon at Loftus Versfeld Stadium. That's when the home side Blue Bulls will welcome their across-town rivals Lions. Wow, it doesn't get any bigger and better than the Yokeskei Derby in as far as local rugby is concerned. In as far as Currie Cup is concerned, it will be happening in the Jacaranda City this evening, 10:30. 6 rather. What am I saying? 10:30. Come on, Spanela. That will be 6:30 this evening. Blue Bulls take on their across-town rivals Lions in the Akari Cup game in the capital city. Go Pitori ngwanaka. Still talking cricket, rugby rather. It is a festival or a marathon of cricket this afternoon. In the very same vein, that is in Pretoria. Loftus the first game gets underway at 1 p.m. That is the international rugby game. We'll be talking Vodacom United Rugby Championship. And then the second game gets underway at 4 o'clock. And then the last one, that Kara Cup game, that will close the proceedings this evening at 6:30. So 3 games guaranteed in one venue. Surely you don't want to miss that. So if you are anywhere around Gauteng, Johannesburg, Pitori, you know what to do. Get yourself to Loftus Versfeld Stadium and have fun. It is a family day. Safety is guaranteed. You can bring the kids, everyone. You can have fun. Loftus Versfeld Stadium is the venue, the Jacaranda city, the capital city. Go Pitori. Still in rugby, Blue Bulls head coach, that is Jack White, dismisses links to the Springboks head coach job. This follows the shock exit of Jacques Nineba. The news came out this week that come end of the World Cup, which is going to get underway come towards the end of this year in France, where the Springboks will be expected to defend their World Cup trophy that they won back in 2019. It is reported that win or lose, Springboks head coach Jacques Nineba will be leaving the book, will be leaving the Rugby World Cup champions. But Jack White says his name does not appear on the list of the people that are shortlisted to take over from Jacques Nineba. Shocking news indeed. No one saw this coming because well, remember that the Springboks have been doing pretty well. So we're not expecting Jacques Nineba to announce any surprise exit. But it is reported that he will be joining the United Rugby Championship outfit. But only time will tell is Jack White just playing mind games with us, just lying low and want to be the surprise package. Before we know it, boom, Jack White might be the Springboks head coach come October, November at this year. Then we move to tennis. That is, we're talking Monte Carlo Masters tournament where Novak Djokovic was dumped out by Lorenzo Musetti. Talking of Lorenzo Musetti, he has gone all the way to the semi-finals. He had an easy path in the quarterfinals. His opponent just withdrew. So then Lorenzo Musetti eventually saw himself just walking to the semis. Oh, talking of the semis, by the way, they take place this afternoon. I will give you all the information of this. What is this Monte Carlo Masters tournament semi-finals clash? I'll give you the draw in next few minutes or so. Just hang around. I've got all and that for you in a jiffy. Can we talk English Premier League? I don't know where to start. All I can say is Arsenal, 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 and more Arsenal. That's all I can say. If you know, you know. Talking of Arsenal, this afternoon, we know that English Premier League this weekend will be on a halt. The reason being it's that FA Cup will be taking the center stage. All that and more, we'll be discussing that later on. We'll also look at the Indian Premier League, which is still very much with us. We saw yesterday Sunrisers Hyderabad. They took on Mahendra Singh Dhoni's Chennai Super Kings. We've got all those results for you. So all you have to do, just hang around. We will keep you informed. We'll keep you entertained. A very good morning and a warm welcome to you wherever you are within South African borders and beyond. We've got you covered. Don't you worry about a thing. All you have to do is to sit back, relax, and allow us to entertain you. You are tuning in to Sports Geek with Sibonelo Ngcobo exclusively on Nirvana World FM. Your beat, your music. Thank you so much to my colleague Mr. H, who brought us Hash Brown Express. That was between 8 and 10 o'clock. He was then followed by our own DJ Powen when he brought us Teen Kids. Catch him next week Saturday, same time, same place. That is between 10 and 11 o'clock. DJ Powen as he brings you once again Teen Kids. Don't you dare forget to bring along your dancing shoes, because definitely they will come handy, as DJ Powen will be getting everyone, you included, on the dance floor. That's when your dancing shoes will definitely come handy. And don't forget to thank me later. You and I, we are together from now till 1 p.m. Not that I'm complaining, I just love the sound of it. Or Ganjan, that's how they roll in the township. We'll kickstart our show by looking at the Indian Premier League. That will be followed by rugby. We'll be talking Currie Cup, which is the 85th edition of the Currie Cup. And we'll also be talking international rugby. That is Vodacom United Rugby Championship. We'll also be joined by Modiba Bida, our sports analyst. We'll be talking DSTV Premiership and English Premier League, and that's when we'll be talking more of what Arsenal did to their fans last night. Come on, Arsenal icon, maybe, just maybe, that's just me. I've got a very strong feeling that Arsenal and the Kaizer Chiefs, they are on the very same WhatsApp group. I'll tell you why. Just hang around. I'll tell you why as we have our discussion with Modiba Peter, because Icon, Arsenal and Kaizer Chiefs, they do have something in common, but I'm not going to share it right now. And we'll also look at that will be the FA Cup, all that and more. Just hang around. We will be talking that come 12 o'clock, when we're having a discussion with our sports analyst Modiba Abida. If time means anything to you, it is 20 minutes after 11 o'clock. Let's go for a breather. When we return, we will be talking, Indian Premier League. That is IPL for you.
Looking to upgrade or repair your desktop or laptop? With over a decade's experience, TV Master specializes in software installations, data recovery, restores, PC rebuilds, and conversions from VHS to USB or DVD. For no obligation quote, contact Pre on 011 855 6738 or 072 7706 796. TV Master, the name you can trust.
Welcome. This is your favorite station. Stay tuned.
Stop telling people how to run their business. It's my life, take it or leave it, set me free. What's that crap? I know it all. I got my own life, you got your own life. Live your own life and set me free. Mind your business and live my business. You know everything, Papa know it all. Very little knowledge is dangerous. Stop bugging me, stop bothering me, stop bugging me, stop forcing me, stop fighting me, stop yelling me. It's my life. It's my life. It's my life, my world. 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 It's my life. Do you understand? I live the way I want to live. I make decisions day and night. Show me signs and good examples. Stop telling people how to run your business. Take a trip to east and west. You find out you don't know anything. Everybody's getting tired of you. Sometimes you have to look and listen. You can even learn from me. Little knowledge is dangerous. It's my life. It's my life. It's my life, my world. 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 It's my life. Set me free, so you bet, so you lie. What you see is what you get. Listen to people and saw things I do them no more. Things I say them no more. Changes come once in life. Stop forgiving me, stop bothering me, stop forgiving me, stop forcing me, stop fighting me, stop yelling me, stop telling me, stop seeing me. It's my life. It's my life. It's my life, my world. 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 It's my life. 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 It's my life.
That was Dr. Alban, It's My Life. Talking of it's my life. Listen to me. This is definitely, it's not always a bad idea to be self-centered. It's not always a bad idea to put yourself first, especially where your life is concerned. Do not allow people to try and live their lives through you. After all, it is your life. Dr. Alban, It's My Life. Diving straight to cricket, we're talking Indian Premier League. Last night, Aiden Makram and his Sunrisers Hyderabad, they took on Mahendra Singh Dhoni and his Chennai Super Kings. CSK, they won the toss and put Sunrisers Hyderabad to bat in first, where Aiden Makram and his troops, they only went on and made 134 runs, having lost 7 wickets. Chennai Super Kings, they came in and they have overhauled that score with so much ease, with Devon Conway running riot, recording 77 runs without not out. There was a very easy assignment for Chennai Super Kings. They saw themselves walking away victors with 7 balls and 8 balls remaining. In so doing, Chennai Super Kings, they saw themselves joining Lucknow Super Giants at the top. Having played 6 games, they are all sitting at 8 points. And the defending champions, Gujarat Titans, are breathing down their neck, just monitoring the situation. Any slip up from them, defending champions, Gujarat Titans, they will be there to take the lead and go all the way. Don't forget, Indian Premier League is still going to be with us for some time to come. I believe it will go all the way up to the 28th of May. That's when the curtain will eventually come down in as far as IPL is concerned. So still in IPL, let's have a look at the game that will be taking place this weekend. The defending champion Gujarat Titans visit Lucknow Super Giants. That will definitely be the clash of at the top for the top sports. Venue is Ekana Cricket Stadium in Lucknow. First ball scheduled to be bowled in the next few minutes or so at 12 o'clock. That makes it 33 minutes away from the first ball to be bowled. So if you're going to be watching that match on the telly, try and get your snacks, your beverages, everything ready, because that game is about to get underway in less than 33 minutes from now. That will be followed by Mumbai Indians as they host their Punjab Kings. Venue is Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. First ball scheduled to be bowled at 4 p.m. Talking of Mumbai Indians, don't forget to still remember the name of the legend, Sachin Tendulkar. His son is showing up for Mumbai Indians. His name is Achan Tendulkar. Just look out for that name. Definitely, he is the one for the future. He's already making the headlines in this IPL. Don't say I didn't warn you. Look out for that boy, Achan Tendulkar. That is Sachin Tendulkar's son. Let's hope Achan Tendulkar will live up to his father's name. He will live up to our expectations. At least give us 80-90% of what his father gave us. But it's not always easy indeed to live up to the world's expectations, because he will be under pressure. Everyone will be expecting him to give us exactly or close to what his dad Sachin Tendulkar gave us. Don't forget that name. Achan Tendulkar is definitely the one to watch for the future. Royal Challengers Bangalore welcome Rajasthan Royals. Venue is M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. First ball scheduled to be bowled at 12 o'clock. That is tomorrow. Followed by Kolkata Knight Riders as they entertain Chennai Super Kings. Venue is Eden Gardens, Kolkata. First ball scheduled to be bowled at 4 p.m. Talking of the teams that are at the top, Rajasthan Royals, Lucknow Super Giants, and Mahendra Singh's Dhoni's troops, that is Chennai Super Kings, are all three leading the pack at the moment. Having played 6 games, they're all tied at 8 points. There is still a long way, since a team still have to play around about 12 more games before we get to knockout stages, with the curtain scheduled to go down on the 28th of May. The big question is, who will be at the podium come the 28th of May, when the curtain eventually comes down in that Indian Premier League. Don't forget that Gujarat Titans are the defending champions. We as South Africans in the Gujarat Titans locker room, we are represented by our own David Killer Miller. If time means anything to you, it is exactly 11:30 o'clock. Let's quickly go for a breather. When we return, we'll be talking rugby. We'll first talk the local rugby. That is, Currie Cup. That's what we'll be talking. We'll be looking at the games they played last night, and the game that was scheduled to get underway this afternoon and tomorrow.
The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will find it here.
Excess abana phezulu 051 isanda phezulu Scoop on fire era batata banyana bapha kumnando kujiva hamba ngo6 embuya kusasa Tonic umlilo fire sabangena era bathena Tonic ayena uyadesha senza kuphela resenya fell after party private location ekologuta sifuni relation Pozi savana kumnandi ngiphethu KZ the life for the party Dawila life for the party IUT be the life for the party Savannah Pezu 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 Yashizelo mangikhele yashisa yashisa ngoma yashisa 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 ngathi ngageza yashisa ngiphume yashisa ngiyophuza yashisa Savannah Pezu 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 Savannah Pezu
Impilo Kake Munatines Ala All happiness Munatuntira Mara Kake Nyalela ngwe Yeshugumnanda Bungaga. You are still tuning in to Sports Geek with Spanalo Ngcobo exclusively on Nirvana Wild FM. Your beat, your music. Savannah Pezu 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 Turning the tune featuring Dawila Savannah Phezulu.
Yes, Savannah Pezu 051 isanda phezulu Scoop on fire era
Talking of this song, Tonic the Tune featuring Dawila, Savannah Phezulu. Wow, this song, it really made the headlines. It topped the charts in most of the South African radio station that is run about, 18 to 2 years back. Wow, it got the whole South Africa on the dance floor. Tonic the Tune featuring Dawila, Savannah Phezulu. Talking of this song, by the way, this song was a special request by Ulwandile. Those who know and idolize him, they call him Ugundi. He insisted that please, Sibonelo, play this song for me. Tonic the Tune featuring Dawila Savannah Phezulu. I want to listen to this song. Let's hope he enjoyed listening to this song. And more importantly, I hope he enjoyed dancing to the song. But I am not too sure about his dancing ability. So the less said about his his dancing ability, the better. That was a special request by Ulwandile. Oh, like I said, those who know and idolize him, they call him Okundi. He's the one that insisted that I play this song for him. And then to all our Muslim listeners out there, our family members, colleagues, friends, you name them, have yourselves a great Eid Mubarak. Let's diving straight to rugby. We'll be talking local rugby. That is Currie Cup. We are talking the 85th edition of the Currie Cup, and we're on round 7. Last night in Bloemfontein, the home side Cheetahs, they fought back in the second half, but the visitors Sharks, they hung in there for their dear lives, and they walked away the victors by 24-17, beating the home side Cheetahs. That was in Bloemfontein. Hak Freestad. Then the defending champions, Elling Pumas, they put Western Province to the sword when they beat them by the slenderest of wins. That was 25-24. And then this afternoon, the Yokeskei Derby is definitely upon us. That's when the home side Blue Bulls welcome their across-town rivals Lion in that Yokeskei Derby that is scheduled to get underway in Pretoria, Jacaranda City, the capital city, if you like it. That game gets scheduled to get underway at 6:30 this afternoon. That will be the last game of the day, having witnessed 2 Vodacom United Rugby Championship games. But we'll come to that to talk Vodacom United Rugby Championship. But for now, we're still talking Currie Cup. So the Yokeskei Derby, Lions versus Blue Bulls, that game is scheduled to get underway at 6:30 this evening. And then tomorrow, the Windhoek Draft Griffons host the Out of Sorts Novavit Griffons. Venue is Windhoek Draft Park. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. That is down in the Diamond City, Kimberley. Go Kimberley! Oh, let's hope you will enjoy those Currie Cup games. So once again, if you are in Gauteng and surroundings, just it's not too late now. The time now is still 22 minutes before 12 o'clock. You can still make your way to Pretoria, go Loftus Versfeld Stadium and have fun, where you'll get to see 3 rugby games. It doesn't happen all the time to buy one ticket and get to see 3 rugby games under one roof. That's what's happening in Pretoria. Go Loftus Versfeld Stadium. There will be Vodacom United Rugby Championship games, so as the Currie Cup games. So definitely, you've got no reasons not to get to Loftus Versfeld Stadium. Let's quick go for a breather. When we return, we will still be talking rugby, but this time we'll be talking international rugby. That is Vodacom United Rugby Championship.
Ever heard a baby bellow at the top of its lungs in a public place, far from your best music track, right? For a more beautiful note, contact Nirvana Sounds for your studio and live recordings. We engineer sound to perfection according to your specifications. We ensure crisp and clear audio-video conversions and delight your function with sound, stage and lights for hire. Our quotes are pleasurable to the ear. Contact us now on 083-945-7664. Nirvana Sounds, powered by Gospel World FM.
Wayibutwa taba injalo lento losomnetso halala.
Hello.
Lahiro.
Oh, කියන්න.
කියමුද බලන්න ඔයාගේ අලුත් සින්දුව ලංකාවටම ඇහෙන්න.
මගේද? Okay. කියපං උඹේ නොම්බරේ තන්දුරි කමුද නොදා බරබරේ ඔආකරේ කවුද ඉන්නේ ගරමරේ අම්පාරේ මල්ලි නිදිද කාමරේ ජම්බෝලේ වගේ ඉන්න සුන්දරා සම්බෝලේ කොටල ගමුද ලුණු දමා දංගොල්ලේ මාමා ඇවිත් මහකුණා ගස් පල්ලේ ඉඳන් බොමුද රාපෙරා දැම්මත් නෑ හැඩ වැඩේ කවුද මේක බාරගන්නේ අන්තිමේ ලොරි භාගෙ මට දුන්නත් හුට පටේ මෙහෙම කටක් දැක්කෙම නෑ මේ රටේ උම්මානෙන් වතුර බොමුද සෝබනා අහඳ පානේ විරිදු කියමු රංජනා ලොරි භාගෙ රවුමක් යමු රැවෙලා මරදානෙන් පරාට කමුලන් වෙලා එන්න මල්ලි එන්න මල්ලි නැගිටලා එන්න මල්ලි මෙන්න මල්ලි රස කතා බාම්බාගේ කපලා ගන්න පේන්ඩිවත් කරලා ගන්න එන්න මල්ලි නැගිටලා එන්න නංගි හැඩනමා එල්ලි වෙනකන් සින්දු කියමු රොක් වෙලා ලෝකෙ තියෙන හොඳම සොමිය එලි වෙනකන් අපේ සොලිය ගන්න නංගි එක් වෙලා සෙල්ලං වලින් රට හොල්ලපු ලොකු සිරා ඇතුලේ ඉඳන් ඊයේ ඇවිත් ඒ හොරා ඒහා ගෙදර මැගි අක්කට හරිනා මට නං නෑ දිරවන්නේ ඔය කතා මුරලි දැම්ම හොඳට දුස්ර අඹරලා සනත් ගැහුව තිතට අනේ නැහිනා ජෝන් සීනා කාලා හොඳට පෙරේදා ඒත් වහලෙ හිලෙන් වතුර ගැලුව රැපුරා එන්න මල්ලි නැගිටලා එන්න මල්ලි මෙන්න මල්ලි රස කතා බාම්බාගේ කපලා ගන්න පේන්ඩිවත් කරලා ගන්න එන්න මල්ලි නැගිටලා එන්න නංගි හැඩනමා එල්ලි වෙනකන් සින්දු කියමු රොක් වෙලා ලෝකෙ තියෙන හොඳම සොමිය එල්ලි වෙනකන් අපේ සොලිය ගන්න නංගි එක් වෙලා එන්න මල්ලි නැගිටලා එන්න මල්ලි මෙන්න මල්ලි රස කතා බාම්බාගේ කපලා ගන්න පේන්ඩිවත් කරලා ගන්න එන්න මල්ලි නැගිටලා එන්න නංගි හැඩනමා එල්ලි වෙනකන් සින්දු කියමු රොක් වෙලා ලෝකෙ තියෙන හොඳම සොමිය එලි වෙනකන් අපේ සොලිය ගන්න නංගි එක් වෙලා
Wow, thank you so much to Lasagno. You gave us Rambar. Time now it is 16 minutes before 12 o'clock, and you are still tuning in to Sports Geek exclusively to Nirvana World FM. Your beat, your music. You can always get in touch with us on our studio WhatsApp line number, which is 07 333 16934. Our studio WhatsApp line number again is 07 333 16934. TikTok and Facebook, we are there as Nirvana World FM. Talking of Facebook, while you're there on Facebook, you might as well type the name of this show, which is Sports Geek with Spanalo Ngwaba. That will take you straight to the fan page of this show, where you'll get to converse with me 7 days a week. And I promise you that I will definitely respond to all your comments. Like I said, I'm available on that page 7 days a week. Diving straight to rugby, but this time around, we're talking international rugby. That is Vodacom United Rugby Championship. Last night in Cape Town, the defending champions, DHL Stormers, they downed the plucky Italian outfit, that is Benetton. They beat them by 38-22. And then Lions host Zebra in the doubleheader in Loftus. That is this afternoon at Loftus Versfeld Stadium in the Jacaranda City. Kickoff for that game is at 1 p.m. That makes it 1 hour, 16 minutes before the kickoff. You can still make your way to Loftus Versfeld Stadium if you are anywhere around Pretoria or Gauteng. That game, like I said, it will get underway at 1 p.m. That's when Lions will take on Zebra on that first game of not a double header, but this time around a triple header. Talking of the triple header, that goes without saying that the second game that will be between the Blue Bulls, they will take on Leinster. That game will kick off at 4 p.m. So what a treat will that be. Straight after that, Then it will be Lions versus Blue Bulls. A treat of note. 3 games in 1 game. That is a triple header. So you've got no reasons not to get yourself to Loftus Versfeld Stadium this afternoon and enjoy that rugby marathon. Elsewhere, Dragons, they welcome Lionel Scarlets. Venue is Principality Stadium. Kickoff is also at 4 p.m. this afternoon. While Sharks has a date with Munster, venue is Hollywood Bets Kings Park Stadium. Kickoff for that game is at 6:15 this afternoon. Back to Principality Stadium, but now for the 6:15 kickoff, Ospreys, they entertain Cardiff Rugby. Last one for the weekend sees the Glasgow Warriors as they host Connacht. Venue is Scottham Stadium. Kickoff for that game is at 25 to 9 o'clock this evening. This weekend are definitely the last games for the round robin in as far as the Vodacom United Rugby Championship. Talking of the last game for the round robin, that means we are definitely on round 18. Come the 6th of May, that's when the knockout stages of the Vodacom United Rugby Championship will get underway. That's the time the boys will be separated from the men. Let's hope South African franchise, they will go on and fly the South African flag with pride and keep the country and make the country and make the rugby South African rugby fans happy. DHL Stormbears, the defending champions, we are definitely counting on them to go on and defend their trophy. Sharks, that's a very, very star-studded side, talking of the Sharks, but they under-deliver. Let's hope this time around, Sharks, they will definitely come to the party and deliver for a change. Time now, it is 11 minutes before 12 o'clock.
Thank you for tuning in to
sing to say inhliziyo yami ithi hey. So you know what that means. Inhliziyo is a heart. Hey is a warning, like pasok. The heart is saying pasok to the intestines. Say hey, pasok. That guy is not right for you. Makes a lot of sense.
Thank you so much to Shadow M who gave us Inhliziyo Yami Ithi Hey. Diving straight to tennis at this time, we are talking about Barcelona Open. The semi-finals they get underway this afternoon. To be exact, that will be round about at 1:30 this afternoon. That's when Lorenzo Musetti, talking of Lorenzo Musetti, that's the very same player who dumped out the favorite of the tournament, that is Novak Djokovic. Lorenzo Musetti, he will be taking on Stefanos Tsitsipas, who originally from Greece. Let's look at their rankings. Lorenzo Musetti is ranked 9th in the world, while Stefanos Tsitsipas is ranked 2nd in the world. That game gets to get underway at 1:30 this afternoon. That is the first semi-final. The second match or second semi-final will see the number 1 rank Carlos Alcaraz as he locks horns with Daniel Evans, who is ranked number 12 in the world. That game is scheduled to get underway at 3:30 this afternoon. That is Barcelona Open. Unfortunately, the firm favorite of the tournament, Novak Djokovic, has been dumped out of the tournament. He will not be part of the proceeding. That is courtesy of Lorenzo Musetti, all the way from Italy, Italian. Then diving straight to FA Cup. FA Cup games takes the center stage this afternoon as Manchester City takes on Sheffield United. Venue is Wimbledon, Wembley Stadium rather. Kickoff for that game is at 6:15. And then tomorrow, the second semi-final, see the Red Devils, who are still recovering from that shock or painful thumping by Sevilla in the Euro Cup by 5-2, hoping that tomorrow they will get their campaign in as far as the domestic medals are concerned when they take on Brighton in the second semi-final. That game will also get underway at Wembley Stadium. So definitely that dream final is still on the cards should of the Manchester derby. Manchester City, should they beat their opponents this afternoon, which is Sheffield United, and Manchester United come out victors against Brighton tomorrow, we are guaranteed to have the FA Cup final between the Manchester team. That will be Manchester City taking on Manchester United. We will be keeping the fingers crossed and see what's going to happen should those two giants lock horn in the final. Time now, it is 4 minutes before 12 o'clock. Let's go for a breather. When we return, hopefully, if technology permits, we'll definitely be in conversation with our sports analyst, Modiba Peter. We'll hear what he has to say in as far as South African sports is concerned.
Ever heard a baby bellow at the top of its lungs in a public place, far from your best music track, right? For a more beautiful note, contact Nirvana Sounds for your studio and live recordings. We engineer sound to perfection according to your specifications. We ensure crisp and clear audio-video conversions and delight your function with sound, stage and lights for hire. Our quotes are pleasurable to the ear. Contact us now on 083-945-7664. Nirvana Sounds, powered by Gospel World FM.
The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will.
go to forget over you. And never they have a remedy or a cure. Someone call it doctor or emergency crew. Come and carry feelings, say yo, say yo, say yo. Me I go to forget over you. And never they have a remedy or a cure. Someone call it doctor or emergency crew. Come and carry feelings, say yo. Boy, your love is wicked. Boy, your love is wicked. Boy, your love is wicked. Yeah. Boy, your love is wicked. You're kissing, you're hugging, you're loving, you're sexing. Oh my baby, I'm missing you. Tears on my pillow 'cause your love is wicked. Cry me a river 'cause your love is wicked. Friends come around say your love is wicked, but the kisses when you get, don't you know it's wicked. Wait for your call 'cause your love is wicked. Can't sleep at all 'cause your love is wicked. Pain in my heart 'cause your love is wicked, but the love when you get, don't you know it's wicked. Tears on my pillow 'cause your love is wicked. Cry me a river 'cause your love is wicked. Friends come around say your love is wicked, but the kisses when you get, don't you know it's wicked. You're kissing, you're hugging, you're loving, you're sexing. Oh my baby, I'm missing you.
There was a Brick Lace, they gave us a Love is a Wicked. I must just confess as well that I definitely love this, the music video of this song, Brick Lace, Love is Wicked. Oh, there's a guy there that, that guy, he breaks what his mama gave him. That guy can definitely dance. One day you see, you should get a chance to watch the music video of this song, Brick Lace, Love is Wicked. Surely you will definitely enjoy that music video. The promise we make is a promise we keep. Before we went for the commercial break, I did say that when we return, we'll be in conversation with our sports analyst, that is Modiba Peter. Let me see if Modiba Peter is on the line. Baba, Modiba, are you there?
Good afternoon to you and also to the listeners and the team behind the scenes, and thanks for having me on this Saturday morning.
Oh, thank you very much, Modiba. Thank you very much for your time once again. It is a pleasure to us here at Nirvana World FM to always have you on the line. Let's cut down to the chase. Talk to us about the Nedbank Cup. Kiona, ya chisa. Kimakoya. It got underway last weekend. Things happened in as far as the Nedbank Cup is concerned, Modiba.
Kiona, indeed, as they rightfully say. So we saw Orlando Pirates on the day that is last Saturday visiting Dondon Stars at Peter Mokaba there. So we saw Tomingo Sulodge scored the first goal of the match. Then there was a player by the name Makungo who managed to grab the equalizer 3 minutes after Pirates had taken the lead. But the game stretched off until extra time, where we saw there was a player by the name Nameka there who managed to miss a penalty, and this penalty was so poor where Tetra there, coming from the bench, managed to convert that penalty spot for Pirates to go on to the next round, which is the semi-finals. So we saw also Stellenbosch causing an upset. So
a big upset.
Mamelodi Sundowns. Yes, a great upset whereby everyone was just excited. The country was just
was the country fixed?
Enemies.
The country wasn't fixed.
Most definitely, and it seems as if they've got too many enemies. When I looked at that encounter where Sundowns took the lead from Aubrey Modiba, but unfortunately the excitement was just called off when Ikram Renas grabbed the praise. If I can just talk about Ikram Renas, that is third praise in this Nedbank Cup. So we also saw him scoring a brace against TS Galaxy, also winning that 3-0 against Solos, and against TS Galaxy, that's where they won by 6-3. So you can see that it's Stellenbosch, their road to the semi-finals looks fantastic. So I wouldn't be surprised if they can all go all the way to the final. So if you look at Chuba United up against Kukul United, one of the boring game where I watched too many long balls, especially from Kukul United, but although they managed to win the likes of Ohizu, they're scoring on the day, and it took down the managing to equalize. So all in all, they deserve to win that match, and it looks interesting up to so far. And we saw also Kaizer Chiefs visiting Royal AM. So in that game, they managed to win after extra time, a penalty spot from Yusuf Mat.
Yes, somebody. Yes? Hello?
Yes. I was just saying after Royal AM took the lead from Samuel Mankani there, so they managed to bounce back to the Chiefs from an own goal of Thabo Mataba and also a penalty there.
Okay. Talking of the Stellenbosch game, you mentioned that Ikram Reynolds, surely he's doing something right. You mentioned that I believe that's the second or third hat trick. And while still on him, we'll recall that last month he was voted Player of the Month. Surely there was not a fluke. The guy is really showing us what he's made of, Modiba.
Most definitely. So it was just the instigating form, and ever since he came back from that loan, he's been doing ever so well for Stellenbosch. So let's see going forward if he'll definitely grab his fourth brace of the tournament. So it looks interesting up to so far. So as you know, Stellenbosch, they're also dedicating that game to one of their deceased players there by the name of Oshwin Andries, whom remember we also spoke about him here on the show when he was grabbed, was stabbed at Cape Town. So it looks good up to so far. I think the team from I saw them, they really are showing hunger in this wonderful tournament where the likes of Devon Titus, Dino van Rooyen, what you call they don't miss Ashley Dupree when I looked at them. So they're just playing with confidence. Up to so far, it's paying dividends for them. So let's see in the next round how they'll pan up.
Definitely, Ikram Reynolds is definitely pressing all the right buttons at the moment. Mamelodi Sundowns, who are also the defending champions, eventually being dumped out of the Nedbank Cup. Actually, one can say it's been a long time coming. Why do I say that? Their performance of late, they've been drawing the games, and then eventually they were dumped out of the Nedbank Cup. It wasn't too much of a big surprise considering the latest form. Where to from here for Mamelodi Sundowns, Modiba?
Very interesting because I never saw them losing against Stellenbosch. Although, if I can take you back to the game against Stellenbosch in that league match at Dan Craven, I think Stellenbosch gave them a tough run for their money there. Although the game ended 1-1, but you can see that Sundowns were lucky in that game, where Stellenbosch was led by Riyad Peterse on the day, as he was the goalkeeper on the day. So, but looking at Mamelodi Sundowns, I think they are only left with the CAF Champions League. As you know, haven't done well in the DStv Premiership. They are champions. They are waiting for the day of the inaugural come the 22nd of May. So looking into them, they are only left with CAF Champions League and wrapping up those matches that are left. So I think against CF Belouizdad, where I watched that team, I did some bit of research there where I found the team hasn't lost a single match in the league match as well as in the CAF Champions League group stages. So Mamelodi Sundowns, because when I watched them in the last 4 matches, I wasn't impressed. So if they're not taking this CAF Champions League serious, they'll definitely bow out as soon as the second leg is concerned.
What do you think might be the contributing factor in this sudden change of form of Mamelodi Sundowns? Is it psychological or mental fatigue, or there might be some other factors that are not known to us, Modiba?
That can be a factor, the fatigue as well. As you know, they've been playing all over. They've been playing cup games, Nedbank Cup, CAF Champions League, traveling in and out of the country. The DStv Premiership, at times the matches are congested. So also, again, other factors that they chop and change too much their lineup. So when I watched them against Golden Arrows, I wasn't impressed. They had to rely from a mistake from Sifiso Mlungwane, where it was a team header from Sipombule, but unfortunately, instead of holding on to the ball, he managed to put the ball in the net. So I think it's what you just said, as well as the fatigue. So let's see, but it's not going to be easy in Algeria. As you know, they're playing this wonderful evening.
Talking of still on the Mamelodi Sundowns, are playing this wonderful evening. Surely, should they bomb out or should they not win the CAF Champions League? Surely that will be seen as a failure or a bad season in as far as Mamelodi Sundowns is concerned, because surely they do not have a competition in South Africa, and they did pretty well in the round robin stage of the very same CAF Champions League. So should they do bad come the knockout stages, surely that case Mosimane once mentioned to them, where he likened them to PSG, that they do very well when the stakes are low, but when the stakes are high, they just bomb out, they just choke and they bomb out, they waste all the energy in group stages. Modiba.
Very interesting, because if you're speaking of Pitso Mosimane, this is one coach who once said the Champions League begins in the quarterfinals.
Yes.
Mamelodi Sundowns previously, yes, they didn't do well in the quarterfinals of this wonderful CAF Champions League. And then you look at them, they've only won the league. They didn't win the domestic cup, so the likes of 2008 as well as the Nedbank Cup, which when you call previously last season, they grabbed a hat trick of trophies where they want to win the league, the MTN 8 as well as the Nedbank Cup. So we CAF Champions League is not going to be easy. I watched that team, very stubborn. So defensively, they don't concede. And the only downfall with Mamelodi Sundowns is that at the back, they're very leaky, they're very slow, and they can be exposed if they are getting pacey players like we've seen when they played Stellenbosch. So they need to fix that defense as soon as possible. But as you rightfully said, it's not going to be easy. So yes, they are saying that if they are not winning in this CAF Champions League, they can count the season as a poor season. For me, I wouldn't say that's poor, although they've won the league already. So, but it's been the title. So maybe they wanted to defend also the Nedbank Cup and the MTN, but it wasn't to be. So, but this wonderful game that is taking place this evening, a very tough encounter. And if they want to win and progress further, they need to get up an away goal. Failure to do so, they find themselves buying out of the tournament.
Skukuni, they're also in the Nedbank semi-finals game. Talk to us about that and how they got into the semis, Mudiba.
Very interesting. If you speak of their coach, Brendan Shooter, let's not forget this is a coach who was sacked at Amazulu. And remember, when he was sacked, he was playing in that MTN 8 semi-final against Kaizer Chiefs, where he managed to grab an away goal, holding Kaizer Chiefs 1-0. Unfortunately, when he was supposed to coach in the second leg, he was shown the door, and Romain Folz came in and they managed to take the team to the final via away goal route. But if you can check his journey at Amazulu, it was looking good at the start, but going forward, he started losing matches unnecessarily. But with Sukuni, I think we are standing the corner because they're doing so ever so well. They're within the top 8. I think the winning this trophy will be a cherry on top, because if you can look at Sukuni, remember we spoke here even on the show that they've signed so many players.
Quality
players. Yes, the likes of Cardoso, TMT, Makubu, there's so many players there. Some of them are not even playing currently as we speak. The likes of Tofat Mabasa, I saw him coming as a surplus.
International player, Kamuhelo Mokojo is also there.
Mokojo is also, I think he's done well for himself. So let's see if they will get enough game time, because there's too much open change. The coach, what is lacking is not having what is called a combination play. But something we need to work on. There's still the likes of Sabulela Shai. There's so many players there in that team. So the only thing they just need to challenge for this Nedbank Cup, because they don't have pressure. So they're just underdogs for me when I'm judging from how I see them, but they've got quality in that team, so they should do well. So those players, because some of them, 80% of them, they're experienced players. So let's see, because they're playing Stellenbosch, and let's see if they'll be able to come back with a victory there at Tanikhaven. But it's not going to be easy. Judging from how Stellenbosch even pacey players, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough.
Then the Nedbank Cup semi-final draw. Talk to us about that mouth-watering Soweto derby, Mudiba.
We are in the studio preparing for a fan-based show last week Sunday, so everyone was just excited. Yes, especially the Pirates fans on the Pirates part. So they're saying that they want to avenge the 5 defeats they suffered at the expense of Kaizer Chiefs. So it looks interesting up to so far. And Kaizer Chiefs, again, they are very confident about the future. They're saying that they want to turn down that 8 years drought without winning a trophy. So let's see, because as you know, yesterday the venues were released. The game will take place at FNB Stadium, and kickoff will be at 3 o'clock on the 6th of May. So let's see if Orlando Pirates definitely will turn the corner there. But if I can take you back, I remember in 2016 they managed to defeat Kaizer Chiefs by 2-0 during the last 32. I remember one of the strikers there, Ndaindoro, scoring a brace where Kaizer Chiefs were coached by Steve Kompela. So let's see, because they've got an upper hand here when you look them into cup games. So up to so far, everyone is just excited about the fixture, but it's not going to be easy. I won't be surprised if both the encounter goes on to extra time as well as penalties, because if you can check their journey on the road to quarterfinals as well as the semi-finals, all the two teams have gone on extra time. So I'm anticipating the same thing to happen, but it's not going to be easy. A tough one, but Pirates should redeem themselves. So although, Chiefs, whenever they want Pirates, they behave in a different way, whereby they want to prove a point.
Oh, absolutely. It's still in Orlando Pirates. Definitely Orlando Pirates, they are a team on song. They are a team on form. And while Kaizer Chiefs, and I'm sure they also don't know how do they win, but they take the wins and run away with them. But Orlando Pirates, they seem to be structured in as far as that team is concerned. So do you by any chance see Orlando Pirates losing this encounter once again to Kaizer Chiefs and make it 6 times in a row? Personally, I don't think Orlando Pirates, they will allow that.
yeah, they're not going to allow it. It's going to be tough. So hence I'm saying that I'm not surprised if the game can go all the way to penalties. So by the looks of things, we are in for a lovely semi-final. So Pirates will definitely come out guns blazing because, they are on form. So they haven't beaten Kaizer Chiefs for quite a while. Last time when they did that, it was during the Kevin Hunt stint. So, and they managed to, even Kevin Hunt beat Pirates 1-0. So I remember Sammy Lukovic scoring from a volley. Then Stuart Baxter took over. He beat Pirates twice. Others 1-0 did the same. So, and yeah, very interesting for me. So Pirates will not allow that. But as you know, I think the game between Kaizer Chiefs and Chippa United midweek on the 27th of this month, that is on Freedom Day, will determine if Kaizer Chiefs are focusing on the derby or are just taking it lightly. Because in the past, if you can check, whenever they play Pirates coming from a loss, they always do well. So let's see if the history will repeat itself. Because but the Pirates are saying we are on form. There's no way we're going to stop us. And the sad part about Pirates is that whenever they beat Kaizer Chiefs coming from a good form, they don't do well. But yeah, it looks interesting. I think the game against Chippa United will give us a clear view. If Kaizer Chiefs are winning, then we'll see that it's going to be a 50-50 derby come the Nedbank Cup on the 6th. Because it will be a week before the semi-final. Kaizer Chiefs, on the other hand, yeah, they are just in need of trophy. It's been a long season without trophies.
Long multi-seasons without trophy. We're talking 8 years here of Kaizer Chiefs without any silverware. Without any silverware, Modiba, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's been a while, eh?
8 years, full 8 years of Kaizer Chiefs, of trophyless Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, it's been a while, and they just need to correct that. But at the expense of Orlando Pirates, it's going to be tough. So they just need to prepare themselves thoroughly.
Yes, Stellenbosch as Sekhukhune United. What do you think we should expect from that second semi-final, Modiba?
If I can remember very well, Sekhukhune United beat Stellenbosch 1-0 at the very same Daddy Craven, and they're going back there. But currently, they're losing with form as Stellenbosch. So, and the positive part is that one of the goalkeepers is Sage Stevens, coming back from suspension. As you remember, he was red carded against Kaizer Chiefs, and Lee Langefeld did well against Sundowns, and he saved Stellenbosch a lot in that game where Sundowns were trying to pile under pressure, but he managed to make some crucial saves there. So I'm not so sure if Steve Barker will start with him or he will return Stage Stevens in the weekend match there. But going to the game against Sekhukhune, I think they definitely want to avenge the defeat. They won't allow Sekhukhune to beat them twice at the same thing. But if you look at them, they're very pacey in their attacks. So they've got this young players who are hungry. I'm impressed with them. The likes of Jaden Adams, Dino van Rooyen, Ibrahim Jabbar up front there. So fantastic there. Andre de Jong. So for me, they impressed me whenever they've got the ball. Even Tetas, they are very pacey. So I'm not so sure if Sekhukhune United will cope with that because it's a team that plays a direct football where too many long balls. When I watch them, they play on transition. So I don't think this time they'll beat Stellenbosch twice. So I'll give it to Stellenbosch again from how they did well in their route to the semi-final where they beat Galaxy 6-3 away from home. Mamelodi Sundowns 2-1 and Swallows 3-0.
And then midweek, DStv Premiership came back. That's when SuperSport United took on Marumo Gallants, Bahlabane Bantwa. And then last night we saw the KZN derby, Maritzburg United taking on Richards Bay FC, the Natal Rich Boys. Talk to us about those DStv Premiership encounters, Modiba.
Very interesting because in that game against Marumo Gallants, where SuperSport were visiting Marumo Gallants, I think they could have won that game, but Bradley Grobler, for me, is not a good penalty taker. He always misses penalties. So this time around, the United's team 3 points. So had they won that game, I think they could have stretched the lead at the top with Orlando Pirates, but it wasn't to be. So all in all, a fair game and a good result. I think the Easter pressure for Marumo Gallants, as you know, they're fighting for their lives. So let's see in the next match after the Confederations Cup how they pan out because they've been playing so many matches, but at least they managed to go because I thought at some point fatigue was going to creep in and affect them in terms of results. But up so far, they are proving pretty strong. The team that held Kaizer Chiefs 1-0, if I can take you 2 weeks back, so at FNB. So I think the player there has been impressive. Young Chibambiro definitely has been doing well. He's been scoring crucial goals for them. He's amongst the top goal scorers. So if I can take you back to the game, the KZN derby yesterday, both teams were coming desperate in that match where we saw Richards Bay, they haven't won a game in the last 10 matches, 2 draws accompanied by 8 losses. And you look at Maritzburg United, they're in desperate need of points, and where they are rotated at the basement of the log, minus 16 goal difference. So things are going to be tough for them because if you compare the goal difference with Chippa United and Marumo Gallants, Marumo Gallants are not having a bad goal difference, although it's -3, and you look at the other one is -9, it's Chipa United, and you check Maritzburg is -16. Although the points gap there is not so much, but I was expecting them to win because Richards Bay have been struggling. So going forward, as you know, they could have lost that game, Maritzburg, but after Sanela Pan scored first for Richards Bay, they managed to score a late goal there. So let's see going forward, because it's not going to be tough. And Richards Bay needed that draw to push them. As you know, they are playing Mamelodi Sundowns on Tuesday. So I'm not so sure, because they also played one another in the World Cup, where Mamelodi Sundowns managed to win by 3-2 at the very same Loftus Stadium, and Richards Bay are going back there. So I think their turnaround was when Lovre Mamela was in the starting lineup. This is a player that made them play. And previously, when they lost matches, Lovre Mamela was not part of the team. I don't know what's the reason beyond that, but I think they needed that draw to push them on field. But they just need to do better. Like you said, Fatu Davis is under tremendous pressure. Let's not forget they've got quality of players. Maritzburg. You look at Amadou Sokona, there's Karim Fukimvili, the very pacey player there from DRC, very impressive there. Janine Palais there, who he scored last night there. So let's see going forward, but they just need to keep that defense. I think the defense has been a downfall. But when they won against TS Galaxy, I thought they turned the corner, but this drop unnecessary. But they're not taking pressure because they're out of the Nedbank Cup. They should be focusing on fighting their life. But as you know, it's been their journey, Maritzburg, even when they're called by Sweden Dorp, whereby they fight for their lives every season. But let's see, because now they are 16th of the log. Let's see in the next match if they'll come away with it.
Modiba, I don't know if you can move around. There is too much echo there. I believe there's too much wind where you are at. I don't know if you can get some bit confined place where we will not be hearing too much of that wind in your background, Modiba.
Yeah, I've moved a bit better now.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, that's much better now. That's much better, because we're struggling to hear you. There was too much wind in the background. And then this afternoon, since Real AM invade Bombela Stadium as they face off with the home side TS Galaxy, while Orlando Pirates welcome Eric Tinkler and his Cape Town City. Swallows are in the air all the way to Cape Town as they visit Stellenbosch or Danny Craven Stadium. Talk to us about those fixtures, Modiba.
Very interesting, because if you can check TS Galaxy, so they need points. They haven't been doing well in the last two matches. I think they need this points very crucially, because the next game is Orlando Pirates next week Sunday. So although they've beaten Pirates twice in that venue in Bombela Stadium, and they're also playing this afternoon against Royal AMS Bombela Stadium, and as you know, Royal AM are coming from a loss in that Nedbank Cup, so they've been growing hot and cold. Also, remember at some point they lost 5-1 to Mamelodi Sundowns, so they just need points as well. So although there's a battle between them, Sekhukhune United, Richards Bay within the top 8. So as you know, Richards Bay with that draw last night has put them within the top 8. So, but if Royal AM were to get a win or draw in their game against TS Galaxy, they'll definitely move back to the top 8. But as you know, I think they need to fix the defense. The TS Galaxy as well, they've been blowing hot and cold as well, although they are within top 8. Sead Ramovic there. So you look at their goalkeeper there, Vasily Kolak. You are given Musimango there. You are Lefatlungwane. Batusi Oba is very impressive. So they just need to be consistent and start getting results where it can put them in a good position of the top 8. But Royal EM, John Maduka, he needs to get the results as well. But for me, I'll give it a lovely draw. The game deserves a draw for me. And then we go to Stellenbosch up against Swallows. Swallows, as you know, these two teams are meeting again. Remember, they met in the last 32 of the Nedbank Cup, where I saw Stellenbosch putting them 3-0. Ikram Raiders was just fantastic, scoring a brace in that game, where I remember one of the players, as I spoke about him, Shun Andres, they were dedicating the game to him because it was the week where he passed away. So they'll be looking to do well, especially they are oozing with confidence following their victory against the Sundowns in the Nedbank Cup. So for me, looking into this game, I think I'll give it to Stellenbosch once again, although Swallows as well. TD Jakes, Momoni Mamila, in each point, needs to do well. So this is the last game where he played Mamelodi Sundowns. I think he might start with the same lineup, although they didn't attack much. They didn't have the ball a lot, especially when I watched that game. But I think they'll be feeling confident, and let's see if they'll avoid the chop with this match. But it's not going to be easy. Playing at Danny Craven, that's where Stellenbosch are always So majority of teams struggled there. If I can take you back to the MTN 8, where they held Kaizer Chiefs a draw, Orlando Pirates also a 1-0 draw at the start of the season there. So the game fever Stellenbosch, judging from how they defeated Mamelodi Sundowns, so just need to be organized at the back. I think the presence of Daniel Akpeyi paying them credits because he's brought in improvement, especially where they used to concede 3 to 4 goals when Chakasani Banjo was in goals. But as soon as Daniel Akpeyi came in, we saw them winning a 1-0 and also playing a draw, although they lost the game against the Golden Arrows, but they managed to regroup and won the next game 1-0 and including. So let's see Orlando Pirates up against Cape Town City. So Orlando Pirates will be meeting their former coach there, Eric Tinkler, he used to coach Orlando Pirates before. So, and let's not forget, the very same Eric Tinkler beat Orlando Pirates by 2-1 at Cape Town Stadium. So Orlando Pirates will be looking for revenge. Orlando Pirates are in sleeping form.
Absolutely.
Yes, they're making them play. So in this game, you look at players like Zapata, Darwin Gonzalez, Kanisa Mayo, hard-working players. So I think they'll want to surprise Orlando Pirates. But for me, Eric Tinkler always up his tempo when he's playing his weekends. So as you know, he's thrown Mamelodi Sundowns and he's coming confidence in that draw. Although against Amazulu, I was disappointed when he led 2-0, but managed to squander the 2-0 lead there. So he wants to do well. So this game deserves a draw for me because by the looks of things, Pirates have been playing so many matches in the Brent Cup, the league. Let's see if they'll do well at Orlando Stadium. But they usually don't miss easy matches there. But the game for me deserves a lovely draw.
Absolutely. And then tomorrow, Kaizer Chiefs are on the road to Limpopo as they face off with the home side, Skukune United, Babilanogo, Adebahlabe. And then elsewhere, Supersport United welcome Amazulu FC, Usutul Mapeshankone. Mudiba, talk to us.
In my language, so yeah, it's gonna be a tough game because if you can check, they will be seeking revenge. Remember, Skukune United beat Kaizer Chiefs 1-0 at FNB Stadium.
Yes,
there was a mistake from Skukune. I remember that game so well, where he was trying to play a back pass and they exposed them, and they managed to have the ball and hold on to that 1-0 victories there. So that's where the game that brought them to be on form and where they are currently. Although at some point they dropped points, but they've been doing ever so well. I think that downfall was when they lost to Sundowns. That's where they started dropping points unnecessarily, but they managed to recover from that. So as you know, there was some bit of noise making from the defender, the Daniel Cardoso. As you know, he uttered some words whereby he said, as you know, Kaizer Chiefs are in desperate need of a trophy. Then he said, the youngsters won't win new trophies. But I'm surprised because the very same Daniel Cardoso played for Kaizer Chiefs for the whole 7 years, but he hasn't won a single silverware. So for me, it's very questionable from what he uttered there. So I would have loved him to focus on his club, and let's see if Chiefs youngsters will definitely come to the party there. But looking into the game itself, so I think him, Sposaki Tiantia, they will want to remain solid at the back with the likes of Edwin Chima there. Yes, as you know, the goalkeeper there is Ali Badre Sangare, formerly Free State Stars. He was man of the match in the previous encounter where he made some crucial saves. I watched that game, I remember so well. So, and you look at Kaizer Chiefs, the both sides are playing on transition. They also play too many long balls. So I wouldn't be surprised if it ends in a draw, but Skukune United are very confident. And Kaizer Chiefs, they need to win this match so that they can keep in touch with the second spot. As you know, it's not that marginal. It's a bit marginal, but they are under pressure because they are dropping points unnecessarily, especially in that game against Maroon Gallants. And Skukune United, as you know, they played the likes of Liverpool Chaletswalo, who's got a good record against Kaizer Chiefs. Let's see if he can continue with that, as we saw him previously at Royal AM and Bloemfontein Celtic. So yeah, it's a lovely game, but for me, it's a lovely draw.
Can you expect any penalty or red card? Any penalty for Kaizer Chiefs at this time? Any penalty on the cards for Kaizer Chiefs?
I never expected such a question. But, if they pile on the pressure, definitely they can get a penalty. But so they just need to pile on the pressure. If they can pile on the pressure as they've been doing with other oppositions, yes, they can be a red card and also a red card. Yes, they will feel confident. But all the set note for Kaizer Chiefs is that September Stebe and Sifiso Tlanti are suspended because they are both seated on 4 yellow cards. So I don't know if Azazani will reshuffle that back four. So let's see either he'll bring in Njabulo Ngcobo, as we saw him against Royal AM coming as a sub and managing to close the back door at the back. So with September Stebe, I think they might recommend Zwane, Samkelo Zwane, to play alongside Yusuf Mart. And Yusuf Mart is a former player of this Sekhukhune United team. So let's see, you also want to prove a point as well. So, but it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy because they're oozing with confidence. They're still in the cup race. They're doing well in the league, so very interesting for me. So, but I'll give it a lovely draw for me because I don't think Asazwani will afford to lose twice against the very same Sekhukhune. So, how many times, as Kusibonile and the listeners who have Brendan Truta played Kaizer Chiefs, I can take you back to the Amazulu trial in the league. I remember I visited you at your place where we watched that game. You remember so well?
Yes.
Where they played goalless. Yes, we were watching that game where Chiefs even missed a penalty in that game where he was still coaching Amazulu, and then he met them in the MTN 8. He met them when he beat them 1-0. So it's played the Chiefs. I think it's going to be for the first time this time around. Let's see if he'll want to cause another upset, but I foresee a lovely draw. And then SuperSport Amazulu. SuperSport, as you know, they've dropped points midweek, so they'll want to do well. I think the game against between Orlando Pirates and Cape Town City will have a huge say on their performance tomorrow. But you look at into this game, they are unbeaten at home the entire season. This is a remarkable record for Gavinant and his team, the Matatanza. And they are playing Amazulu, whom they haven't done well ever since Ayanda Dlamini took over. He just played a draw there, and Robin Folds was the one who was dropping points. So they need to start winning matches because the difference between them and the numbers 15 and 16 there is only 4 points. So any day, any time, they can fall within the relegation playoffs. But let's see if they will improve going forward. But for me, I think it's either SuperSport will take this one for me because they are really very strong at their home ground. So, but although they're not playing at Lucas Moripe Stadium, they've taken the game to the GUT Stadium there. So where we saw them beating Chase Galaxy 2-0. So they're coming confident with that, but they just need to be consistent in terms of victories. But I think that draw against Marumo Kalense had a lot to do with the missing of penalty. That's where they could have grabbed in 3 points just to create pressure for Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates at the top. But it looks interesting up to so far.
Talking of SuperSport United winning tomorrow's encounter against the Out of Sorts Amazulu, what comes to my mind is that second slot competition that is among SuperSport United, Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs. Which team do you think will eventually clinch that second slot, which comes with the bonus of representing South Africa in Africa, which is a CAF Champions League? Which team do you think will secure that slot, because it looks like it is definitely a 3-horse race, Modibi?
Very interesting. It is a 3-horse day, but you look at SuperSport, I think they've been doing well. As you remember, at the start of the season, they were losing matches unnecessarily there. I remember so well. So suddenly they improved out of the picture there. So it looks interesting for me. Orlando Pirates, I think Orlando Pirates, they as you know, they've always played in CAF Champions League, except for this current season. You see, they didn't do well during the stint of Joseph Power there. So they'll want to improve on that. So looking into this game, the title, the second spot there, I'll give it to Orlando Pirates for me because they look consistent. They've been winning matches. And at some point, I did say Richards Bay will win it, but Richards Bay are losing games.
No, they are out.
So Orlando Pirates for me, yes, they're in a good right way of winning the second spot because they've been consistent. They've been winning matches. Whereas at some point I criticize them about lack of consistency, but it seems as if they've improved from that. I think the game against Cape Town City this afternoon will give them a clear picture of whether they'll finish within the second spot or not. Because SuperSport are also piling on the pressure. And you look at Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs, I'm not convinced because they are not consistent. They are losing matches unnecessarily. They're drawing against teams which are struggling, so which for me is a very question mark. For me, they don't deserve to be within the second spot because if you can check the goal difference between SuperSport and Pirates, it's 12 and 13, and Kaizer Chiefs is only +3 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they just need to improve as soon as possible. So let's see tomorrow because that game against Sekhukhune United very crucial. The game midweek against Chippa United on Freedom Day, the 27th of April, very very key as well. So yeah, it looks interesting.
Talking still with the SuperSport once again, for them to be contesting for the second slot with the likes of Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, who've got a huge budget, and looking at the SuperSport United, Kevin Hunt, he didn't have the luxury of signing all the best players in the world. Actually, SuperSport United, they lost some of their key players to Mamelodi Sundowns. Surely Kevin Hunt should be given some credit to be able to contest with the likes of your Pirates and Chiefs with such a thin or slender squad. Modiba.
Very true, because if you can check at the start of the season, this is a coach whom he didn't sign so many players.
Yes.
So I think it was only 2 players. Yes. And at the very same time, he managed to promote players from the development and brought them into the first team. I can take it to the likes of Tapelo Maseko, Patrick Maswanganye, and they're doing ever so well for SuperSport. And I think his only downfall was when he lost that game against Pirates, where I thought he could have secured for a draw, because in that game they frustrated Pirates. So, but the penalty was just the decider on the day. But you look at him, how he acquired those players. He wasn't doing well at the start of the season. I remember he lost to the likes of Chase Galaxy. He drew against the likes of Maritzburg Pirates. So Kaizer Chiefs, he lost as well. So they were not doing well. Han Maharman as well. They're coming in, they're doing well in the middle of the pack. Jamie Weber, young players who with a lack of experience. But when they brought into Satchwai, whom had a poor season at Orlando Pirates, by his standards, he did well, and they are solid with Tatoyana Dihlokwe. And the likes of Tatoyana Dihlokwe, they are rumored to be going to join Kaizer Chiefs at the start of next season. Let's see if that rumor will definitely prevail going forward. But for me, Gavin Hunt deserves credit. Judging from how SuperSport started the season, they were so poor. So currently, they are second on the spot and fighting with Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs. For me, Gavin Hunt deserves praise. I think he enjoys coaching SuperSport United. If I can take you back where he won the league 3 times with the very same club, and he managed to also win a silverware. So, and Stuart Baxter came in that club. They also did well, winning the Nedbank Cup and beating the very same Orlando Pirates. So, but Gavin Hunt, for me, deserves the credit.
Oh, absolutely. Gavin Hunt is doing something great there. Go Pitori, go Mamelodi Sundowns, go SuperSport, rather, with a shoelace budget and competing with the big giants of the Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs, indeed. Moving from DSTV Premiership to Motsipe Foundation Championship, things I believe are heating up in as far as automatic promotion is concerned. Modiba, talk to us.
Very interesting, ne? So in that game against between Cape Town Spurs and Platinum City Rovers, we saw them winning by 2-0. So I couldn't watch the game, but judging from how I saw the lineup in that game where they won 2-0 against Kasserk Stars, so I realized that the experienced players are doing wonders in the team. The likes of, remember, Nasir Ali, Clayton Daniels, their goalkeeper Viva, who's playing for under 23. They are just Marvel, Sean Bartlett, there's Calvin Malin. Remember, he played for Sundowns, Calvin Malin, Sean Bartlett, Kaizer Chiefs. I think the experience is doing ever so well. Remember, the player who played for Orlando Pirates and SuperSport United, Michael Morton, is also in that club as well. So very, very interesting when I looked at them. So they're just fantastic to watch. So I think they're really piling on the pressure. And another result, we saw JDR playing 2-2 with Polokwane City. I think Polokwane City dropped points, so I think they won't be happy with that. So there's also La Masia, who managed to win 2-1 against Pretoria Callis. But as you know, the battle is currently within the top 3 sides there at the top. So where Kasserk Stars are playing this afternoon, so they just need to get points so that they can put more pressure on Polokwane City. As you know, they are currently leading by 53 points, whereas Polokwane City is 51 and they are on 50 points. So the goal difference will definitely play a key role in the two teams. So let's see if they'll definitely do well going forward.
Time is definitely not on our side. Without any further ado, let's quickly fly to England, to be exact. Let's talk English Premier League. I don't know where to start. I really don't know where to start. I don't know how to pose this question, but all I will say is Arsenal. Maybe you, Modiba, you will know where to start. Talk to us about English Premier League, especially where Arsenal is concerned, considering what they've done in the past, 3 games. They led 2-0 in 2 games, and they squandered those two goals cushion. Last night, I don't know. Talk to us, somebody.
I remember last week they played 2-2 draw, so that's where I started posing questions that do they really take themselves serious? And that's where I compared them with the situation I saw. Remember Kaizer Chiefs when they failed to win the league?
Yes.
At some point, yes, they were leading by 13 to 15 points, and Mamelodi Sundowns had to catch up, and Kaizer Chiefs started dropping points. Remember during that game where after COVID the league has to resume, and teams were playing at the neutral venues. So it's the same thing that Arsenal are experiencing. Remember they lost last night 2-1. I never saw this one because they've been on form. They've been unstoppable. So you look at Man City. I think they're defending champions. They'll be very, very excited with this. As you know, they're now two games on hand, and they're trailing by 4 points. So that if it's just that they always say games won, games important. They always count points. The ones that are played, not the games on hand, because anything can happen. They can lose, they can draw. But I think they'll definitely feel excited and go to their match tomorrow against Brighton of Albion, so they'll want to grab points there, so that even when they come and play the other game, the outstanding game, they'll definitely cover that points. So I think Arsenal, they're not doing themselves justice by dropping points unnecessarily. This is a crucial time where they should be doing well, but drawing 2-2 against West Ham, it was so bad last week. So now they want to lose against the very same Southampton. Very questionable. They should be remaining consistent and picking up points where possible.
Oh, that wind is back, Modiba. We are struggling to hear you yet again, Modiba. I don't know if you can move around there, please. Hello? Yeah, we can hear you now. It's much better.
Yeah, I can hear you so well. Yes, I was just saying that it was no need for them. It's not doing them justice for them to keep dropping points. So they need to improve as soon as possible, because this is so crucial. And as you know, Man City are the defending champions. They definitely want to claim their title. So let's see if it will be possible.
Looking at Arsenal's form of late, is it safe to say it is definitely a game over for them? Taking into account that come Wednesday, I believe it's the 26th of April, Arsenal, they will be going to Etihad Stadium, where they'll be playing against the defending champions, the very same Manchester City. If Arsenal cannot beat your West Ham, if Arsenal cannot beat your Southampton, surely you didn't expect them to beat the defending champions, Manchester City. Come Wednesday, is it safe to say that's the day Manchester City, they will defend their title successfully, Modiba?
It's very soon to tell, so anything can happen. And this football doesn't have the four. Football will really kill you. As you once said it before. So I think it's going to be interesting for me. It's a game of the season, this one. So I think this is a game that can determine also who the title really goes.
Exactly, yeah.
If I can also compare to a season where the Chiefs couldn't win the league. As soon as they lost to Sundowns, that's where 1-0. I remember Cirino in that game, Orlando Stadium, scoring the winning goal there. So that's where the Chiefs lost the league, because they've been losing matches unnecessarily at that time, losing against the likes of Bidvest Vets. So this game, I think, will determine the champion, the real champion. Who will that be? So let's see if they'll definitely win this one, but it's going to be tough. So I think Man City will want to do well, will want to retain their title, and Arsenal are busy dropping points against weaker opposition. Although they're saying football doesn't have the four, but for me, I'll give it to Man City on this one.
Oh, you said you're giving it to Manchester City. Oh, yes. Arsenal's form definitely doesn't give anyone any confidence. Surely, this is definitely not Ayoba at all. Especially if you are an Arsenal fan, it is definitely bad news indeed what Arsenal is doing to their fans. Is it safe to say Arsenal and the Kaizer Chiefs, they're as good as the same WhatsApp group, Modiba?
Yeah, you can say that. You can say them, count them as WhatsApp group, because Kaizer Chiefs also they had a wonderful lead at the start of that season where they were coached by Ernst Middendorf, but they couldn't win the league. And then you look at Arsenal, they're dropping points unnecessarily. So I think it has also to do with fatigue. As you know, there have been tough matches, congested fixtures. So, and it's not doing them favor and justice. So let's see going forward how they'll pan up in that game. It's a tough game, one may say. So I think Man City will want to win tomorrow's encounter, but let's see in that game how they'll pan up. So it looks interesting in the English Premiership.
Thank you very much, Modiba, for your time. It is always a pleasure to us. But before I let you go, may you kindly share your social media handles there with us, with our listeners, Modiba.
I'm Modiba Peter on Facebook. I'm Johannes Modiba on Twitter. Let's speak sports and let's share ideas where possible with a passionate man. So with that, it's a very afternoon to you, Swanela, and the team behind the scenes. Let's talk more next week.
A very good afternoon indeed. I be hot on the blah. Hi, Kumakome. Danko. That was Modiba Peter talking football with us here on Nirvana World FM. Your beat, your music. Time now, it is 42 minutes after 12 o'clock. Let's quickly go for a breather. When we return, definitely we will be signing off.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much to Prince KB featuring Busiso and TNS. They gave us Bano Moya. Talking of this song, I will recall that this song was voted a Song of the Year way back in 2019. The interesting thing about this song is that it was voted Song of the Year in 2019, but it was released 2 years before that. That was in 2017. Prince KB released this song, but he didn't put any effort to market it. And then eventually in 2019, he decided, you know what, I didn't release anything in 2019. Let me just go back to one of my projects and just market this song and see how is it going to do in the market. And then boom, the song exploded. Became big in South Africa, and then eventually it was voted Song of the Year, even though it was released 2 years before that. What is the lesson that you can learn from this matter is that no matter how good your project is, no matter how good you are, if you've got a project and you do not have a budget to market it, you do not have a strategy to put it on the map and market it, no matter how good that project is, it will just remain dormant till the time you decide to market it and put it on the map. Only then people will get to know about it. So that's exactly what happened to Prince KB. This song is powerful indeed, but at that time, because there was no marketing involved, it just remained dormant. So anything that you can take out of this thing, that anytime you've got a project, anytime you've got an assignment, ensure that you do have the budget for marketing it. You do have the strategy, the plan to put it on the map and market it. And then no matter how poor it is, but if it is marketed pretty well, it will definitely do wonders. It is that time of the show where I have to love and leave you. But as always, I leave you in the warm and capable hands of my colleague Krishna Kushal as she brings you Harm Doom. That is between 1 and 3 p.m. this afternoon. You and I, let's do this once again next week, Saturday, between 1 p.m. 11 a.m. rather, till 1 p.m. I am Spondan Ngobo and I am signing off. It is bye-bye from me. Halala Habashre.
Don't say no. Not this time. Waminanda. Famana we. Ningebusinga cha. You and answer. Chiluba Shamino.
Some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power.